So he says it happened once that one of the zitzers means in Lashon sitters, yoshevim. So that's how it used to be in the time of Tzedek, that there was no formal kollel, and there was no yeshiva. It came much later. So what would happen for those who could, after they were married, so they would just sit in Lubavitch and sit in Al Torah V'Laveda for as long as they would be supported. They were called the sitters, the Yeshvim, when Yiddish, the zitzers. So he says that happened once, and one of these young fellas was overcome by a longing to do tshuva. And he raced off in the middle of the night to the Tzemach Tzedek. He's in the Lubavitch. It's the middle of the night. And he says, interesting, that aside from the fact that he didn't have an appointed Yechidus beside that, but it's like it was off hours. What were the hours of the Lubavitch? The regular schedule of Lubavitch was people went to sleep generally at 10 o'clock, that's it. And the day began at 4. Not uncommon in the old world with pre-electricity. So this is middle of the night. Everything's quiet and dark. But here he is, he's running off and he's shouting out the words from the Musaf Rosh Hashanah, he who opens the gates, we praise Hashem for opening the gates for those who knock into Shuvah. And he came running, crying, knocking on the Tzemach Tzedek's door, and you can guess the rest of the story. The Tzemach Tzedek opened the door, and he had Yechidus. Of course, the message is, nothing stands in the way of tshuva. It can be the wrong hour and the wrong time. Shtus de Kedusha. It's similar to, it says about the first Purim Tavshin Yud Aleph, the Rebbe says. It's on the tape, you can hear the Rebbe cries that Esther came to the king unbidden, and he talks about Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, because in the Musaf Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, there's 3 overchein, v'chein tzadikim, v'chein, 3 overchein, and therefore, or and so. But then there's the and so of Esther that comes, that's Purim Yom Kippur, the deep association that comes. It's not scheduled, unscheduled. It's not in the protocol, not in the program. And Rebbe cried when he said it, but a Yid knows that there's the Melech, and he doesn't fit the program. But he says, come what? Ashaloi kados unbidden, and whatever the consequence, he's coming. Like this young man, what happened at the end? So the Melech extended his scepter, Shavet Azov, and biddens her to come and fulfills her request. So, Ein Dova, nothing stands in the way of Rotzen, as you say, Shtus de Kedusha. Have a wonderful day, everybody. See you all, God willing, tomorrow.